Hi there. This is just an update on the status of my workstation build. It's been moved. It was in that corner, now it's in this corner. There's a couple of reasons for that. That corner turned out to be a bit of a Wi-Fi dead spot, even with the repeater installed out there. Trouble is that the location of the repeater doesn't really help much either. You know, I mean, where it gets the signal from, I can't really pick and choose that location very well. It just wasn't working very well there, so I've moved it into this corner, which is where my original desk was. It was a barn back shed style desk with big shelves, big hutch with corrugated steel in the background and shelves and all my little cars and tractors and everything on it, and well, the tractors are there and the cars are there. Anyhow, I moved it into this corner in the hope of getting better Wi-Fi signal, but also because right here is a window, and I don't know about you, but I love a cool fresh breeze much more than I do air conditioning. So there's a good reason to move the desk anyway, and I think it actually makes better use of the room as well. Although I can't put a display cupboard or anything on top of here now because that's where the window is. So there is a negative, but hopefully that's just a small negative. When I get my woodworking workshop built downstairs, a lot of the materials that are stored here on this new set of shelves my wife bought me for Christmas, and in the cupboard that's attached to the model car display shelf, a lot of the craft materials that are in there will go down into the woodworking workshop, so that should free up some space in here to build a nice display unit, hopefully. Anyhow, the other big update is that I've got some chairs. Actually, 3 to 4 months ago I bought the chairs. I got them on a discount sale. They were about 75% off. So I don't know what that is in American dollars, I forgot to check, but it was around 550 baht, Thai baht, for 2 chairs. And well, here's one of them. Okay, and you might already be realizing that there's a problem here. Look at the legs. Yeah. Okay, these are meant for dining tables and things like that, but the bucket is pretty well correct to the original TV series shape. It's not an exact copy, but it's very, very close. And consider I got 2 of these for half the price of one, or less than half the price of one. Yeah, it's a good deal. So I could have bought them as proper office chairs with the adjustable height and the caster wheels and everything underneath, which again is not original TV spec, but let's not go there. I could have done that, but they would have cost around 2,500 to 3,000 baht each. Now I'm pretty certain for around 1,000 to 1,500 baht, I can just go into town, buy an inexpensive office chair, take the seat off, put this bucket seat on, and actually put the just swap the seats over. Maybe just use these as spare, use these legs to build spare chairs, you know, out of whatever type of office chair I buy. You know, it might be okay for parties or something. So that's the direction I'm heading. Obviously it might be a few months before I do that because it's Christmas and COVID lockdowns and all that. Money's a bit tight at the moment, so it might be a while before I get into that project, but I've got plenty of other projects I need to get finished with. And so if you look at the chairs in the context of the workstation, it actually looks pretty decent. If you can ignore the fact that they are sitting too low on completely the wrong legs, just think of the original pilot episode, The Cage, with Christopher Pike, and then think of the first episode where they ended up going beyond the barrier of the galaxy and all weird things happening. This is basically what the chairs look like, albeit with proper four-legged, center post with 4 flat legs, no caster wheels. I want to go for caster wheels because I want them to be practical office chairs at the same time, but I'll try to get a base that's as discreet as possible. They look pretty good. But as I said, I've got plenty of projects to keep going with. This one I haven't touched for quite a while. I have 3D printed the rest of the pieces for the back. And as you can see, I've got a power bank running it at the moment, and to keep the power bank alive, I've got my little DJI Osmo Pocket plugged in, otherwise it would just time out. But anyhow, this is just Arduino powered. It's I modified a hex generator, a hex counter, hexadecimal counter code to randomize the lights in the LEDs in a fashion reminiscent of the original units. Although this is not screen accurate, this is meant to be totally functional. This power button that you see here is going to go in here. Next to it will be the reset button, then there'll be other buttons for display lights and other functions. So just kick to unit. And so I'm looking forward to getting that finished soon. And over here on the other side, yes, there's Groot, baby Groot. So that's the desktop intercom. The grey paint I chose is a little on the dark side, but it makes it stand out against the grey of the unit, so I'm happy. It's at the moment it's just got an Alexa Dot, second generation, not third generation. The third generation was a bit too big, and the clarity of the speaker a little bit too good. This is one occasion where I wanted lower quality. Not that I can say this is low quality, but anyway, that's going to get recessed into the desk roughly where Groot is. It'll get recessed in there. Oops, my focus is gone. It'll get recessed in there, and it should provide nice functionality. I'm not worried about the dot sticking out the back, because sitting in that corner there, you're not going to see it unless you're standing on top of it anyway, especially located at a 45-degree angle, so that should be fine. So that's a couple of projects I've got to really get finished there. Another project is to build a casing for this monitor so that this shape is carried through at a 45-degree angle here. And it should also provide more display space up on top. As you see here, a couple of nice display cases with my custom built lightsaber hilt and Metal Earth R2-D2 and Kinder Surprise Star Wars figures, and underneath I've got some Star Trek stuff that I need to buy a better case for because that's just not appropriate. These things will probably go in there, and I've got these cases here for my ship models. So overall, things are coming together. I won't show you the opposite corner because I'm still sorting things through and it's a bit of a mess, but overall I'm very happy. You might be wondering why I didn't go for the chairs with the armrest, which would be more screen accurate. Simple being is, if you can see the rake on the this table, if you're thinking in terms of the captain's quarters or Spock's quarters, any of the lieutenant's quarters, the rake was the other direction, not inwards, it was outwards. And I'm finding that with my regular office chair, there you go, you're seeing a bit of a mess, with my regular office chair, the armrests are often hitting and binding. So I decided that armrests are not the go for this particular project. So I'm just going for the standard chairs, and I'm looking forward to getting them built. I saw a nice video on YouTube showing how to do the backrest and all that, so I'm going to look that back up when I'm ready and go and get it done. But as you can see, I mean, sitting here in the corner of the room, or in the middle of the room here, is very, very attractive. The only concession I had to make was that putting that felt there because the door. Yeah. So there's my project as it is right now. I hope that you enjoy it and it inspires you. Oh, and if anyone can direct me into direction of a nice wireless gaming keyboard and mouse that has illuminated buttons rather than illuminated background, something that would be fitting on a Star Trek control panel from the original series, please let me know, because I would like to replace this rather bland but very functional unit with something that looks more the part. That's it for now. Thank you.